Gen Z is facing the worst unemployment rate in decades.
More often than not, it's literally just rejection, rejection, rejection. And it's always like the automated messages. I've only gotten like one where it's like, oh, you can do like a video interview, but that's like the first stage out of like 7 others. So no luck.
So is it just a feeling that there are no jobs out there, or is Gen Z actually facing an employment problem? According to StatsCan, Canadian graduates between the ages of 15 and 24 are facing the highest unemployment rate this country has seen since the mid-90s. In January 2023, the seasonal adjusted unemployment rate in this group was 10%. Just over 2 years later, it sits at 14.2%. In Quebec, unemployment is below the national average, but it's still creeping up.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. There's also an older generation of baby boomers who haven't left their jobs, but it's really the uncertainty in the market.
And when you add inflation, the trade war with the US, and AI, it's created this environment of volatility and uncertainty.
It really shouldn't be that way. You know, like you put 4 years into your education, you should be able to find at least like a good number of jobs within the field, but it's kind of limited. And so now the option is for a lot of students like me to do a master's or a PhD.
The feds recently announced 6,000 more jobs for youth to attempt to help alleviate the job crunch. Even then, many are losing hope.
It's a little defeating because, it takes time in developing your resume to make sure, you have stuff on it to stand out, to get that interview, to even, kind of get your foot in the door, get connections and stuff like that. So getting the rejection, in which usually comes in the form of an email, it is a little defeating because we put time and effort into it.
The Quebec government's pause on work visas for non-residents could open up some jobs for new graduates.
But these tend to be jobs that are lower pay, but they are suitable for recent graduates because that's how you get your experience.
And at this point, when it comes to internship and jobs, students say they will take whatever they can get to start advancing their careers while they wait for the oldest generation to retire.
Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is, now that we've talked about picking your career or the direction of your career, if you have not already found it, located it, identified what that is. Now I want to talk about the current job market that everyone's talking about. As a former recruiter in that space, and also just having found jobs very easily in the past, this is one of the most difficult job markets I have personally ever experienced, that I've had friends that are also experiencing the same thing, that have former recruiter friends that are also saying this is unlike anything that we've ever had to deal with as a recruiter looking for talent. And I'm talking for one job post, they would get 2,000 applicants. And we also have to remember, if you are Black and you are female, you are one of the 300,000 or over 300,000 Black women that were laid off. So there's a lot of people on the market. And it's a little scary. It's a little frustrating. I understand. I am there. But I also want to talk about how to navigate and how to think about this market differently, because it's a lot different than anything that we've all experienced up until today. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to mass apply. Because honestly, doing that over and over again, it feels like you're sending a love letter into a black hole, essentially. You're sending out applications, you're not receiving anything back. Sometimes no reply, no notification if you even there's interest or even a rejection. It just goes into the abyss and you don't hear anything. So you want to be strategic in how you are tackling your job search and sort of create a playbook that works for you. One of the things that I think helps with your job search is leveraging your relationships. So one thing I did when I first got into the market months ago was I obviously, and I think this is pretty obvious, but if you don't know, you lean into your personal relationships. Who do you know? Who do you have a good relationship with? Past employers, past coworkers, friends, and see what they know in terms of their company, in terms of opportunities, pitch yourself in terms of your background and what you can accomplish, what you're available to do, et cetera, et cetera. But your network should be the first thing that you hit. But even in this market, utilizing your network hasn't been super beneficial because there's so many people in the market, right? So that leads me to my other recommendation is getting creative, right? So you hit your network, you're still hitting duds, you're still hitting a brick wall. The next thing you want to do, like I said, is get creative. And this is what I did specifically and has kept me a little bit busy as I'm, identifying my next step. Consulting and freelance. Get comfortable with pitching and selling yourself and your skills and how you can differentiate yourself from other talent. One thing I did that wasn't even a step further is I did something that scared the crap out of me, but it's taking me into a direction that I'm really, really excited about. I actually ended up starting my own consulting business. My cousin has her own business that she does really well in her space. She has some great clients. She taught me the ropes of how to start my own LLC. I built a beautiful website. I spent the money and invested in that. And I started my own business about 2 months into my personal job search and have been freelancing and working individually. And so my business, I focus on my passions, which I kind of mentioned, which is branding, event curation, communications, marketing, and it's been able to give me, some income. It's been able to keep my brain sharp, which is a big thing. In addition to the business, I'm also getting certified in certain areas. I lean very heavy into AI. I feel very confident in my AI abilities, and I'm still sharpening those abilities. And so not just depending on applications, but getting creative and going out and getting uncomfortable maybe and starting your own. Now, what's happened is I'm loving this direction that I'm going into. I love the fact that I'm, building proposals for myself and pitching what I do super well, and I'm getting great feedback, and I'm getting clients. It's a slow moving train. It's uncomfortable. It's definitely not as stable, of course, but it's something that I feel like if I keep at it, it could really be something beautiful. And so in addition to, of course, applying for opportunities, I'm also, doing my own thing independently. And I think with this current market, ladies, gentlemen, I recommend that you start thinking that way. Start thinking about income from multiple streams. And I've heard of that, but now I'm doing it. Even if I do get a full-time position, I'll say when I get a full-time opportunity, freelance will always be in my life. If the company skyrockets and I can fully provide for myself in that way, I will also do that. So ladies, gentlemen, start your business. So just to kind of round this out, key takeaways, my advice, or I would say, don't rely on one strategy. Find multiple ways. Entrepreneurship, your network, applications, a part-time position, etc. Be clear on what you want and how you sell yourself, and how you would thrive in an environment, whatever environment that you're looking for. Know your pitch, essentially. Network like crazy at all times. Everyone is a potential person that you can connect with, even if it's not now, it could be later. And, always be thinking about how you can introduce yourself authentically, tell your story, tell the potential client or friend what you're good at and how you can be of service to them. Authentically, though, don't shove yourself down their throats, but create relationships that are authentic, and something can potentially come of it later. And then last but not least, don't get discouraged. You're going to have good weeks. You're going to have bad weeks. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. But just keep going. Keep the momentum. I'm telling you, I'm still in this process. It's taking me down in a direction I've never dreamt of, but I'm really excited about. And keep at it. Keep encouraged, but build a strategy and be strategic about how you're approaching your search. So I hope that's helpful. And that's it. Let me know if you have questions. One final thing, if you guys have any interest in the tools I've used in terms of freelancing to find work, as well as the process of building your own LLC, definitely let me know. I'm happy to do a video on that. I just think it's really informative. It's a lot easier than what you think. All right. Thank you.
We got 700 applicants on a LinkedIn job posting that I posted a day and a half ago. 700 plus another 50 in our email inbox. And one thing that nobody talks about when you're a company this size is that guess who's going to try to go through all of those 700 applications? And Molly. We're going to split it. We're dividing and conquering.
I've been looking for a full-time job with benefits for 8 months. I'm convinced that either a witch has put a fucking curse on me or that this whole job market it's just a fucking scam.
Oh, it's a numbers game. Oh, just network more. Oh, you gotta cut your hair.
Shut the fuck up. I have done everything that I can possibly do. First interview, great vibe. They're nodding, they're smiling, they're sucking your fucking dick.
Wow, great answer. Oh, we'll call your references. Oh, we'll be in touch.
They call your references. They all say that you're fucking legit. Second interview goes even better than the first interview.
Oh, you'd be a perfect fit. Oh, I really like your vibe. Oh, we'll be in touch soon.
They say. Bullshit. Radio fucking silence. Weeks pass. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm checking my fucking email like a goddamn maniac. Finally, you get the email. Generic, no feedback, no thought put into it, just boom, go fuck yourself. What's even more frustrating about this rejection is that I potentially turned down another job because I wanted to hear about this one, because this one I was actually passionate about and I wanted it. I never got back to them because I didn't want to give them false hope if I got this other job. So now I have to go crawling back to these other people and hope that the fucking position is still open. And let's keep it 100. Let's keep it absolutely 1,000 people. We do not live in a fucking meritocracy, okay? HR does not give a fuck about your skills or your experience. They hire based off who they want to go get a fucking drink with. It's all based off vibes. And the audacity to drag this fucking stupid ass process out for weeks, bro. You knew on day one if you fucking wanted me there. And the fake niceness, y'all.
We loved meeting you.
Why didn't you actually write me something?
It was such a tough decision.
Was it? Or did you guys just want to hire internally so that you'd have to do less work?
We'll keep your resume on file.
Oh, you mean the fucking trash folder? Rejection's a huge part of life. I'm a performer. I get rejected all the fucking time. That's totally fine. I can handle rejection. But if you're gonna reject me, just do it faster! Don't smile in my face, call my references, and then vanish like a fucking Tinder date. At least Tinder dates fucking ghost you faster. I'm tired, y'all. I'm so fucking tired, bro. I'm tired of selling myself. Tired of pretending that I give a fuck about these people's fucking work culture. Maybe I should have joined the circus. At least clowns get fucking paid. I know it's not the most original thing to get on social media and complain about the job market, but shit is just ridiculous right now. If you're seeing this and you work in HR, go fuck yourself. Seriously, do better. And if your company's hiring,
I'm hiring. Who wants a job? Oh, sweet. I just graduated. Let me find my resume. Oh, sorry. Our position's closed. As you can see, we've received a lot of applications. What? 2025 has been one of the toughest job markets out there, and the unemployment rate for new grads is actually horrendous. On top of that, people are using AI tools to mass apply. That's why you can see 100 plus applications in only 2 minutes. But because you follow me, I'm going to show you 3 things you need to do to land a position now. 1. Apply to startup. Big tech might not be hiring, but a lot of startups actually need people. Plus, far less applications and way less competition. I recommend wellfound.com. They have over 150,000 positions. 2. Apply to every single job with a referral. When you have application numbers that look like this, the only way to separate you is if you have a warm connection. Send this message to 15 people who work at a company that you're interested in. 3rd, and this one is pretty rare, and that is get a post-grad internship. The intern to full-time conversion rate will always beat cold hires, so you stand a chance. So I hope this helps, and follow for more.
I don't think we talk enough about how much of a mental mindfuck it is to be unemployed and on the job hunt in this job market right now. Like, I just woke up. It's Monday morning. I'm here at my desk, made my coffee, got my setup, 2 monitors going on. And I'm just sitting here like, another day. Back at it again. Like, opening job postings from like the same 4 websites that I look on every day. I take the weekends off, but it's just what I do every day. And it makes you question who you are and what you're doing in the world. Like, I at least get really existential about it. Reading these job descriptions, I'm like, am I qualified for that? Should I be applying to this job? And I've gone through a couple different pivots the past 5 months. And I just think like we don't acknowledge how it's driving me crazy, actually, how no one's talking about how bad this job market is. Like, I got laid off at the end of last year and took a few months kind of to relax, but I've been actively searching for going on like 6 months now. And you either never hear back, or a job was posted yesterday and it has hundreds of applications, or you do hear back and maybe you do 1 round, 2 rounds, and then it's like, thanks, but no thanks. Like, we found someone else that's more aligned. At least that's what they tell you, but you don't know because they don't give you feedback. Like, it's bad. And unless you've really got it, like, luckily I've worked on my ability to like stay mentally strong and like have other things that I do, like fitness and other hobbies and, things that reestablish my worth to myself. But if you're not doing those things, it's easy to really get existential and question, like, what the hell am I doing? And so I just wanted to let you know, if you resonate with any of this, or if you're in a similar situation, just keep at it. You're not alone. You're not the only one feeling that way. And remember to take breaks, right? Remember to do other hobbies and do things that make you happy, and hang out with people that, and do whatever you need to do internally, whether meditating or affirmations or journaling, to like establish your own worth. And yeah, who knows? I want to say you got this and we'll get there, but I honestly don't know at this point. The only thing you can do is just keep going, right? So good luck. You got this.
It's not you. There are no more jobs. And the few that there are, you're competing with 5 million other people, and they're requiring that you offer up your firstborn and already come with 45 years of experience.
A lot of you is still underestimating just how brutal the 2025 job market is. I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade, and I've literally never seen job seekers struggle as much as they are right now. In fact, the whole time I've been in recruiting, it's usually been a candidate market, meaning companies have had a real problem trying to attract the right people. Now, unless you're in an industry like hospitality, maybe construction or manufacturing or healthcare, when it comes to corporate jobs, companies are just not hiring as much. And at the same time, we have seen a ton of layoffs, meaning it's really, really competitive. I'm talking to hundreds of candidates, and this is what they're going through. They have to apply to hundreds, if not thousands of jobs, and they're gonna hear back from about 1 to 3% of companies. 97% of companies don't even get back to them. It's like literally applying into a black hole. Then once they get interview callbacks, they're having to go through really, really long interview processes. I just heard about one this morning where someone has to go through 7 rounds of interviews. We're also seeing that the process is just taking longer, 2 to 3 months. Gone are the days in 2021 where companies would interview people for a week and then make an offer. Right now, they will put you through a grueling couple of months interview process that includes assessments, take-home work, and sometimes panel interviews. And then if you do get an offer, don't expect what you discussed in the first call with the recruiter. Right now, companies are giving lowball offers because they know if you want to accept it, someone else will.
So 60% of last year's college graduates have still not landed an entry-level role. And I get a lot of flack for this, but I graduated in 2008, and it was hard to graduate at that time and find a job. But what you could do, at least at the time, was find a bullshit job. A job that paid you very little, or you worked on tips. A job that you could just find on Craigslist, and you would send your resume, or you wouldn't even send a resume, and you would just email an AOL or Hotmail account and meet up with the person, have a conversation, and if you have some personality, be able to convince them to give you a job. The problem now is that even bullshit jobs are hard to find. Very hard to find. Not only that, it's like they've made bullshit jobs very hard to apply for. Like you have to fill out this crazy application for minimum wage. And you know, you hear about people all the time on this app that are applying to food service jobs. They're college graduates. They're applying for food service and they're not even getting a call back. They're applying to minimum wage call centers and they're not getting a call back. So you have to understand that the economic environment right now, the jobs market, is much more difficult because one, offshoring has moved a lot of jobs overseas that a lot of entry-level college graduates would normally get, and now they have zero opportunity to actually get those jobs, go in, hustle, slowly build their career, slowly build their resume. They don't have those opportunities anymore. Plus, because of how AI is going to evolve the workplace, and it will impact the workplace. And the problem is, we are not 100% sure how. So a lot of companies out there are not hiring people with zero experience. They're just not. They're not because they think, and they're more right, that entry-level job, those mundane tasks that you used to do to build a good reputation, that you used to tell your boss, oh, let me take that off your plate so you can build this good personal brand. They think those are going to be automated first, and that's what we're seeing. So I have empathy for all these people that did everything right, listened to us, and are really struggling right now post-graduation to find jobs. It is tough. It is much, much more tough. But if I can give you some advice and hope, it's going to get better if you still have hope.
I was with my colleague's son yesterday, who's 22 years old, who graduated with a computer science degree back in April, so 4 months ago, and he cannot find a job. I asked him straight up, what's going on with the job market? He said, Dave, there's over 1,000 people applying for each job that he's applying to. So he has absolutely no chance of getting these jobs because he has no experience. He just has theory experience. Yes, he did a co-op position and did all those type of experiences through school, but he doesn't have any actual tangible experience that he can apply to a future job. So someone has to take a chance on him. And he also said AI is replacing all the junior level jobs. So now he's competing with more experienced people and AI. I was dumbfounded I had no advice to actually give him. If you can give me advice to give him next time I speak with him, comment below.
Boy, keep your goddamn job before you run to Indeed and Zillow and all that bullshit trying to look for a job. I'm telling you right now for experience, do not quit your fucking job until you 100% got that job lined up. Don't go 100% thinking you can quit your job and find another one tomorrow on Indeed or Zillow or all them other bullshit apps they are talking about going on. You're going to get set up for fucking failure. You're going to have to put 75 apps in like me, and only get fucking 15 to 20 callbacks, and then tell you have to wait 3 fucking weeks before you can get the job. And even just the interview, to even come there to even fucking fill out something, to even process to start the even fucking job. That shit is fucking weird. At this point, my bill's not gonna wait 3 fucking weeks till you hire me, bruh. What the fuck? Like, at this point, temp service is the only thing will hire you immediately fast if you're looking for some type of employment. If you got a job right now, keep that motherfucker, because do not jump out here free willingly thinking you finna jump on Indeed and find something real fucking fast, or Zillow or any of that bullshit, because I've been on it. I got multiple apps on Zillow in that motherfucker. I got multiple 75 plus on fucking Indeed looking for shit. I am tired of working temp service fucking companies. The shit do not work for me. Me coming back off motherfucking having hernia surgery, and the company I was with was on bullshit, so I had to go run the temp service and do Uber Eats on the side and all type of bullshit. I am tired of doing it. I've been fully trying to get into somebody's company. I got 75 plus fucking applications out there, and the shit is getting old. Don't quit your fucking day job unless you got something lined to fuck up, because you run the Indeed, your ass is gonna be struck out here looking like me. Gotta do everything under the sun, deliveries and temp service jobs and everything else, because you didn't stay focused on a fucking company. No, I won't never do that shit no more. I would never think Indeed will have my back immediately. Yes, they'll let you put 1,000 motherfucking applications in, but you gonna get 12, 15, maybe motherfucking interview callbacks, and they gonna drag you through the mud just to give you the goddamn job. Just being honest. So before y'all motherfucking go out here thinking, oh, I can go fuck this job, I go run the Indeed to get another one. Nope, you can't. Yeah, it's gonna be out here motherfucking putting about 80 applications in before you even get any reply back. Now, I can't be the only one going through this shit. I'm just keeping it at a buck because I'm tired of going through this shit. And they need to change shit because I'm a hard-working ass motherfucker that got a lot of motherfucking trades. I can forklift, I can stand up forklift, I got trades and motherfucking do contracting. I got a lot of dudes know how to do a lot of shit, a lot of qualifications. I know how to do plumbing, and I do all type. I can build a fucking house from fucking nothing, and I have not got a fucking callback on nothing, okay? That's how hard it is out here. So think it's the real in the field out here. That's just my opinion, and that's just...
Y'all let me know if I'm tripping or not. So I had an interview scheduled earlier today. I get there like 15 minutes early. I walk in, talk to the front desk. She says the manager will be with you in a few minutes. Cool. I'll chill. I'm waiting. 45 minutes go by. I don't get as much as hey, sorry for waiting, I'm doing something. Or, hey, sorry for waiting, I'm busy with something. I get nothing. I don't hear anything from anyone. And maybe it's my fault for not asking maybe 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, hey, what's going on? But I just figured it's busy, you know? Things happen. Now it's over an hour and I'm starting to get really upset. And all I can think is I'm seeing all these people walking around seemingly doing nothing. And I just wonder if one of them is the manager I'm supposed to be talking to right now. So I finally have it. I stand up, I go to the front desk, and before I say anything, a woman tells me, hey, I can remind her again for you. I snapped. Because like, that's mad rude and inconsiderate of my time. For me to be waiting more than an hour, not knowing what's going on. Mind you, I got there 15 minutes early. And also the interviewer was the one who gave the time. So you would think that she made a time that she wouldn't be so busy around, right? So yeah, I snapped off. I'm like, listen, like, I'm not waiting anymore. Like, the job don't even pay crazy for them to be moving like that. Like, I'm not going to be disrespected before I even clock in. It's just a principle at that point. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm taking things too personal. Maybe I don't know. But I'll tell you guys this. I don't deal with disrespect well. I don't. Like, respect means everything to me. I don't care who you are. So if I could go back, I would do it again. I'd probably tweak out a little bit more, honestly. Y'all let me know. Am I tweaking?
We need to have a serious discussion right now. Can we talk about the job market right now? When I tell you I have applied to 100 or more jobs in like a month, probably even more than 100 in a month, and still nothing. I've gotten maybe like 5-6 interviews, but other than that, nothing. Like, I'm trying not to spaz, and I'm definitely not trying to be that person that comes online and cries, but like, it's getting to a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting to a point where I just keep telling myself, we're not gonna stress, we're not gonna stress, we're gonna remain prayerful, we're gonna remain hopeful, but like, you know, and it's just like, I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like I have applied to so many positions and nothing. My resume, I've talked with different people about making sure that my resume looks good and just trying to make those changes to make sure that it looks good, and recruiters are interested and employers are interested, and people like look at my resume and it sets me apart somehow, but like, that's not happening. And I mean, I will say, like, I'm based in New York, and I also am looking for social media marketing positions because that's where my expertise is. That's where I have the most experience and also what I genuinely enjoy doing. And I feel like that industry is already so saturated, but it's just like it gets tiring, you know? Like it gets tiring after applying to so many different positions and just nothing. And then like to come online and hear that some companies are like posting about a job on like LinkedIn or maybe Indeed, but they're not actually hiring, or they do it so that they can end up hiring internal. So it's just like that sucks because now you're not getting a job, and then it's just like it's a headache overall. I want to shoot my shot. If you are a company based in New York, New York City, or even on Long Island, and you have any social media position opening, anything like content creation, social media management, marketing, can I like send you my resume? Maybe keep it on file, maybe take a look at it, give me some feedback if possible. But like at this point, something has to give. Like I need something before I have a breakdown, literally. And on that note, good night.
This job market is so fucking crazy. Like, we all the way in July, and the job market is still the same from January. And I might know why that's the case. I think this job shortage and this job, unavailability is manufactured. And I will tell you why. But y'all got to stay with me. Save this video right now. So when I look at my warehouse, or when you look around at all these jobs, what's the age demographic? You would think it would be nothing but young people, but no, it's people in their 40s and 50s working entry-level jobs. Not only is there a certain group of people that never took the opportunity to advance and make their life better, so they're sitting in positions that are supposed to be for me and you. There are other old people that will not give Gen Z, Gen Alpha, even some really, really young millennials any jobs. I've seen plenty of times they say that Gen Z is lazy, Gen Z does not want to work, and that they are the worst employees to hire. But I work 80 hours a week. I'm Gen Z. I'm 23. Those are the people that's pushing the narrative that we're lazy, that we don't want to work, are the people in the positions to hire us. And the positions that we're supposed to take, they're not being available because they're still being fulfilled. There are plenty of people that are on Social Security and still have to go to work after retirement. They want to make it to where everybody's dependent on a job. This job shortage shit is not a real shortage. They're making the availability just small so that you dependent on them. If you feel me, repost and let's talk in the comments.
First off, I probably will never work corporate again. But one of the biggest problems that I encountered when applying for other jobs that I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing right now is you apply for a job and you don't hear from the job you applied for. You don't hear from them at all. You can apply to 100 or 150 jobs in a day and maybe be lucky to hear from 4 or 5 of them. Maybe get one interview. And I'm not exaggerating. Literally, you can probably go apply to about 100 jobs and you'll hear back from 2. I think one of the biggest problems that led to this is the ease of applying to jobs and posting jobs. These big job boards like Indeed and LinkedIn, every company advertises their jobs on there, and every single person has a one-click apply option. Because job applications are just literally such a pain in the ass to fill out, it's so much better to do the one-click apply. But then all these companies get a gazillion people for their job listing. And then that company has usually an AI system that filters out resumes, so the hiring managers of those companies, they don't even see about 70% of the applicants. They didn't make it past their AI, right? So something has to change with the job boards, right? We need to really determine what jobs need that experience and what jobs don't. If I'm a company, I'm going to want to respond to as many of those job applications as possible, just out of a line of respect for people that are applying to work for the job that you put out. At least if you say no, just give them some sort of reason why. If you can't handle that many applicants, don't post one-click applies on Indeed or LinkedIn. On the flip side, if you're applying on Indeed or LinkedIn with the one-click applies, just know your resume is probably not going to be seen. If you are looking for a job and can't get one right now, I'd recommend just skipping the job boards entirely, going on LinkedIn, find the hiring manager, and just message her directly. Send her your resume, send her who you are, send her your background. You will be above literally everybody else, and nobody's really doing this. I'm done with the whole corporate world, but if I was going back in it to get a job, that is what I would do. If you don't want to get a job and you want to work for yourself, and you're new to my content, I talk a lot about kind of what you can do on here, and I documented quitting the 9-to-5 journey. So feel free to check out that content if that's helpful at all to you guys. But this is pretty a messed up situation where people are applying for jobs that are actively listed and they're not hearing back at all. It's just messed up. But if you just do what people aren't doing, you will likely get ahead in that job. Really, companies at the end of the day just want competent people they're going to train you on for most of the things. If you can prove you're a competent person and a hard worker and you have the experience that job requires, there's no reason you shouldn't be hired.
I think the job market in 2025 is all teaching us a little something. You can be as qualified as can be. You can meet the criteria of the job that you are applying for, but you may not get it because you don't know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Maybe coming down to who you know and who that person knows, and then who that person knows, and then who that person knows. Just to get your big toe in the door. Let me say this, God can do the impossible even in this crazy job market.
Bro, I feel like you have a better chance of finding your dad that left 10 years ago than to find a job in 2025. Like, I swear, bruh, nobody wants to hire me. It's like, why even say y'all are hiring in the first place if y'all won't even take a second to look at my application? Finding a job nowadays is like dating. You're out here shooting your shot by putting in all these applications only for these companies to end up ghosting you. Not even a simple email saying that I wasn't selected. These companies just go completely ghost on you. They out here treating me like I'm some hoe or something. Because tell me why a few months back when I was looking for a new job because my current one wanted to cut my hours like LeVar Ball cutting off his leg type shit. And so when that shit happened, I applied to over 100 jobs and we are now in March. It's been a few months and not a single one ever hit me back. Not even McDonald's, bruh. Ronald McDonald out here hoeing by not giving people jobs. That greedy ass clown. Bro, you know you are cooked when not even McDonald's wants to hire your chopped ass. My advice to the people that are currently employed, please, for the love of God, keep that job that you hate so much. If you are one of those that keeps showing up late for work, you better start coming in at least an hour early. And for the ones that keep calling in for work, I want you to hop in that 1999 Civic with 200K miles on it and go clock into that 9-to-5, little bro. Because I promise you, the way the job market is nowadays, the last thing you want to happen to you is to lose your job. But hey, y'all stay safe out there, drink plenty of water, eat your vegetables and fruits, and remember, don't be silly, wrap that willy. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys.
Did you hear the news? Did you hear the news? You didn't? Well, let me give it to you. Yeah, the jobs report is in. And did we gain 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 jobs? How many did we gain? We lost 33,000. Yeah, after 6 months of Trump's wonderful economy, we are not gaining jobs. We're actually losing them. Yeah, the numbers came in and we lost 33,000 jobs last month. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm used to the number going higher, going up. It's going in the wrong direction. Yeah, it's kind of, they expected 100,000 jobs gained, and instead of 100,000, negative 33,000. And that's on Trump. That's all on Trump. It's all Trump's fault. No one else to blame, no one else to talk to. You talk to the man at the top. And Donald Trump is completely failing already when it comes to jobs. Imagine that.
Getting a job is a full-time job.
Recent grads are facing one of the toughest job markets in a decade.
My perception is it's kind of like a black hole out there.
Out of 70 plus jobs, had 3 job interviews, and out of those 3, I got ghosted from 2 of them.
New data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows on average, recent grad unemployment has been around 5.3% in 2025, compared to roughly 4% of the entire workforce, according to economists from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. And some degrees that were once regarded as a surefire way to jump into the workforce appear to no longer carry the same weight.
I've been told since I was 12 or 13 that if you get a degree in computer science, you'll get a job. I was looking for about a year.
So I was always told that the market for teachers was like huge, right? That's one of the main reasons why I decided to pursue elementary education. There's a lot of engineers, computer science, and business majors that are struggling right now.
And as if looking for a job isn't hard enough, last year the company Resume Builder found 40% of the hiring managers they surveyed had posted a fake job, and most were entry and mid-level roles, leaving many early career job seekers chasing positions that don't even exist.
There's just not a lot of entry-level jobs. The ones that are entry-level really aren't paying what should be expected for what the cost of living is nowadays.
I made this much before my degrees and when I was working at Sonic.
I told myself by 26, I would have my own house. And at first, I did kind of beat myself up for it, but you know what? It's like the world's changing right now. For me to be considered like successful or whatever, it's just not being in debt.
Let us know in the comments below how your job search is.
Job market crash out of the day. I see a job on LinkedIn posted 6 minutes ago. Ooh, I feel like I have struck gold. I submit my application in pronto. I should be one of the first candidates they look at. I am feeling good about this. It's a job I'm actually qualified for too. A few minutes go by, I get an email. Immediately open my phone. The position is filled. The fuck you mean the position is filled? You posted it 6 minutes ago. 6. You filled it in that time? Did you even look at my fucking application? You can't even conduct an interview in that time. You can't even go to the fucking grocery store in that time. You can't do anything in 6 fucking minutes. What do you mean you filled a whole ass position?
Our market is so bad right now that when you're trying to apply for a job, your ratio of even getting the job that you're applying for is 0 to none. Also, if you have a job, the job market is so bad that your job is overworking you and still paying you the same salary. They're switching up schedules on you, giving you more work, less pay, cutting budgets on you, pretty much jerking you around all around because they know where the job market is. They know even if you're looking for somewhere else to go, that's also going to probably jerk you around, that they could take advantage of you. Right now, it's like employment abuse going on. Like, you literally are underpaid, tired, and stressed out if you have a job. And if you don't have a job, you're stressed out because you can't find a job and you've been applying to over 100 places pretty much a week, or you've been unemployed for more than 2 years trying to find a job. The job market right now is so bad that you're literally getting abused as a human being. It's super sad.
The job market is insane right now, and it looks like it's only going to get worse. If you have a job right now and you don't like it at all, wait until you secure the new job first before you quit this job, because the job market is crazy. I know plenty of people that got college degrees and they're having a hard time finding a job. I know people that have tech certifications, they're having a hard time finding a job. And quite frankly, it feels like all these job postings on Indeed are just like phantom postings, because a lot of these jobs don't even contact you back after you apply. If you look at some of these big tech companies like Amazon and Microsoft, you'll see that they've been laying off thousands and thousands of people. I personally feel like we've been in a recession, but they haven't formally announced it. But people are struggling. They're struggling with paying bills. They're struggling to buy groceries, and they're struggling to find a job. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know down in the comments. Do y'all think we're in a recession or not? And if not, what do you think's going on right now?
Want to know why you can't find a job? Because there aren't any. Job market gloom hasn't been this bad since the Great Recession. So Americans haven't been this gloomy about the job market since the Great Recession. It's so bad, people, that as of early August, that pessimism was in step with that of the 2008 financial crisis. About 62% of consumers believe unemployment will worsen in the year ahead. So here's what doesn't make sense. The unemployment rate's holding at a historically low 4.2% as of July, but hiring is stalled. The job market is currently experiencing a freeze characterized by a slowdown in hiring and increasing competition for fewer available positions. You're competing with thousands of people for one position. Many companies are either temporarily or permanently halting new hiring. Now, this could be because of economic uncertainty, cautious corporate planning, federal hiring freeze, reduced job churn, AI. But as of right now, there are only 2 sectors that are hiring people: healthcare and social assistance. People, 3 out of 4 jobs that are available right now are in healthcare. So what about everybody that didn't go to school for healthcare? Looks like you're shit out of luck in a working traditional sense. But honestly, people, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Please don't be afraid to express your concerns in the comment section, because these unemployment rates are not lining up with the job reports. So let's see who's lying.
Can someone please explain to me why it's so hard to find a job in 2025? Like, you do everything right. You graduate with a degree, you get good grades, you get good experience in school. You push all the right buttons and you get out into this job market. It sucks. This job market is terrible. You apply to jobs, about 90% of them never get back to you. Total ghost. Another 8% will get back to you with an automated AI rejection email. And then you have the 1 to 2% where they want to learn more about you, where they want to get you in for an interview. And then of that 1 to 2%, over half of that group is going to ghost you after an interview, and you'll never hear anything back from them. And most of the other half is going to reject you. Like, what am I supposed to do? I do everything right. I tailor a resume. I tailor a cover letter. It doesn't matter. I'm just so frustrated with this job market. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. It's just terrible.
What's going on, TikTok? If you currently have a job right now, don't leave that job. Stay. Please stay. The job market this summer is crazy. You know, like I'm currently in a job I'm trying to leave, but because the job market is so bad right now, I cannot find a new job at all. Like this summer, it's tough out here. If you hate your job and you want to leave, don't leave yet because the market is cooked. Stay at your job, get your money, collect your check, do what you got to do, but do not leave your job. The market right now in the summer is cooked. It's cooked.
If you're struggling with the job market right now, just know that I literally was offered a job, signed a legal contract, was told to quit my current job, was meted and greeted by the whole team, gotten coffee, so excited to have you next week. And then on my last day of my 2 weeks notice for the job that they told me to quit, I was told that the company did not have the funds to bring on a new person and they were rescinding my offer.
The job market is terrible, but here's my best advice that I can give somebody who's looking for a job right now. Number one, stay off of these recruiting websites, LinkedIn, Indeed, what's another one, Built-in. You don't want to go to those websites and think that, oh, this is the opportunity for me to find a job. I would say about 80% of those jobs are fake jobs. They're not real. They're either jobs that the companies are just posting so they can get their numbers up and say like, hey, we posted this job, we got this many applications for their statistics or whatever. I'm not too sure why they're posting fake jobs to steal your information. That's another reason. But yeah, stay off those websites. That should not be your main source to look for jobs. While I'm not saying that you can't get a job from there, what I'm saying is that it's flooded with fake jobs, fake recruiters, companies that just want to get their numbers up. It's not a good source for you to go and apply for jobs and think like, oh, this is where I'm going to get the job. So stay off those sites. Instead, what you want to do is you want to go to actual company sites. If you're applying for Amazon, you want to apply for Amazon on Amazon's career site. You don't want to go to Indeed and apply for Amazon. Go to Amazon's career site and apply for there. Same thing for Home Depot. If you want to apply for Home Depot, go to Home Depot's career site. Don't go to LinkedIn to apply for Home Depot, because first off, Home Depot is going to look at their career site before they look at anything else. The next, and this is probably the most important thing, your resume is not a one and all thing. Your resume needs to be tailored to each job that you apply to, not just you create one resume and you send the same resume to every single job. That's not going to work. With AI is already filtering through resumes, so you have to learn how to beat AI. Basically saying that there's a job description, there's qualifications. Your resume need to have that job description and those qualifications on there. While I did not lie on my resume, I need you guys to understand this. those qualifications and those job descriptions that you're applying for needs to be on your resume. Same thing with your cover letter. Let your cover letter reflect the job that you're applying for. Now, this is the second most important thing. Effort is going to produce results. Me, I had a goal. I applied to 10 jobs every single day until I landed the career that I have now. Don't believe me? Here's my daily goals. Apply for 10 jobs. The job market sucks and companies aren't hiring like that. But if you follow these steps, you can use those to get yourself just that extra step above the other candidates. And eventually you're going to find the right job. You're going to find a job that is hiring, that is looking for people, and you're going to land an interview. When a company reaches out to you for an interview, ask all the questions. Ask what is the process of the interview. What is going to happen in the next interview? If it's a technical interview, ask what type of questions are you going to be asking me to answer? And then do your research. Look up the answers to those questions. Look up how to find those answers. If you lied on your resume, you need to be able to make sure that that lie is not a lie. Like I said, I can't speak on this because I didn't lie on my resume, but if you did, you put something that you wasn't familiar with on your resume, and that's something that the company's going to want to learn about and want you to know, you need to make sure that you're doing your research so that you know what that information is by the time that interview happens. I'm not saying this is the end all be all the information that you're going to need, but it's definitely information that's important. If you're not tailoring your resume to each job that you're applying for, you're not doing it right. Let me know if y'all want more tips and tricks. Y'all be positive.
Can somebody tell me what is going on with the job market? Because I'm at a point of crashing out. It makes no type of sense. I've applied to like over 400 jobs, and this is no exaggeration, within the last 4 months. I've managed to have at least 5 interviews, and then they responded with, oh, we moved on with a candidate with more experience. How would I get the experience if y'all don't hire me? And then on top of that, AI is killing me right now, yeah. Level entry jobs are being given to AI. So it's like I'm sitting here with a master's degree. I'm starting my PhD in literally 4 months. What's the point of us going to school if AI is taking over? It don't make no type of sense. I'll be so upset. I want to crash out. The economy is bad. How the hell do y'all think people pay rent in this economy with no jobs? And now I see why people really be doing what they do. The job market is disgusting. It's insane.
Oh my god. I can't be asked to apply to all of this. Fuck, this is gonna take so long. I'm just gonna use this. I don't care.